Hey guys, welcome back, and today I am going to be attempting the LilSimsie's shell challenge for December. I had never done one of her challenges before, but I figured why not give it a go, and because it is December and Christmas is coming up, I went with a winter Wonderland theme. So I tried to make one of those houses where you go up and everything is set up. So you look in, it's kind of like Santa's house where like all the rooms are set up, and you look in and you see like the living room and dining rooms all set. I took that sort of a house and I kind of fused it with like a winter festival sort of an idea for the rest of the grounds, and I used the largest lot that I could for that. So that is my plan for the build today, attempting to make a winter Wonderland festival while also attempting LilSimsie's December shell challenge. So let's go ahead and start the speed build. The first thing I did was I put a patio on the front of the house as well as an additional second story balcony, and I lifted the foundation a little bit higher, and I also added a larger back porch as well. And then I added in just long plain windows so it's easy to look into. And I picked a wallpaper that kind of was like log cabin-y because Santa's house is always depicted as like a log cabin. So I wanted to keep that same feel with the outside of the house. And then I started looking through the windows and didn't really like how modern the ones I had chosen previously looked. So then I went ahead and switched them to something that matched more of the feel of the house was, and I also changed them from white to brown to keep with the same like log cabin feeling to it. And I wanted to make sure that there were plenty of windows for everybody to look out and be able to see into Santa's house. And I changed around the fence to something that matched the foundation and the rest of the wood color, along with the stairs, and then the same with the color of the wood on the porches. And I started roofing, and this was actually really difficult to roof because it's such a weird shape and there's so many little entrances and exits to get through. Not entrances and exit, but like little tiny sections to the house that don't allow for a long roof. I also hit pause on my recording and forgot to hit play again until I had finished the top roof, so it does jump. All I did was lay out the roofing and put the tiles down, and I chose the most red tile I could because I thought it looked like Santa's hat. And then I put the stairs in the corner because at this moment I thought that that was the best place that they could be. And I went with all red on the inside and white, so it's going to be a Christmas explosion, so a lot of reds, greens, and whites. And of course he has to have a grand Christmas tree in the middle of the living room, along with the most festive fireplace I could find. And then I want to add a little bit more green, so I incorporated the rug. This is where I realized that the dining room area that I had set was too small for the dining table that I wanted, so I had to go in and reconfigure the stairs. And it took me so much longer than what I would think to figure out how to get this section all settled. And so I put it here, then I added another wall just to sort of section it out because I also realized I needed a kitchen. Now that I'm finally able to fit the dining table that I want, I put chairs in, and then I go around the entire room and put all the garland up. There's a lot of garland in this entire house. And then a Christmas tree in the center of the table for the centerpiece, and just some plants in the corner because, you know, Sims plants, just some red and green plants and some holly all on the table. Christmas explosion is what we're going for. And then I thought the chairs were a little bit too undecorated, so I put garland on the backs of every chair. And then I started decorating the outside of the house when I finished the room with these little like pine coney garland things. I don't know what quite to call them, but just little pine cone decorating things. And then I put a bunch of crescents all around the Christmas tree. And this is kind of like Santa's stash that he has for the kids who come and visit him. You know, he gives them a little present or whatever. More garland around the entire living room. And then a little snowman in the corner. And then I put these little dangles on the side wall because I thought they needed a little bit extra. All the holly in the world on the fireplace, and then the pile of books because I thought that could be like part of Santa's list, because when Santa's sitting on the couch, if he wants to go and check his naughty or nice list, it's right there. And in the back of the room we have another lists. I kind of like put them all around the house, and of course little cookies on the station as well for little snacks. And in this corner, since it's a main focal point for people to go and look at, no elves in the game, so I thought gnomes would be the closest thing. There are 3 like gnomes there with the pile of presents that they're kind of bringing forward and collecting. That like those are the presents that they had finished, and it's just kind of like their pile. Next thing was the kitchen, and it took me a little bit to figure out where I wanted the refrigerator, but once I had that figured out, everything else kind of fell into place, with the countertops sort of going in like a little squiggle, and then all of the upper cabinets. And then I wanted a little bit more counter space, so I went ahead and put an island? Is it called an island if it's still attached to a wall? I put an extra set of counters on the other side. Not sure if it's an island or not. And then I popped back and added a coat and shoe rack for the front door since it is right there. And then I feel like Mrs. Claus would have a bunch of little things and cute little knickknacks around, and plenty of spices and utensils and all of that. So I added a bunch of those. I also put in a pet feeder because, you know, I don't see why Mr. and Mrs. Claus couldn't have a cat or a dog. And to top it all off, a Christmas tree right next to the stairs in the middle of everything. And then I went back to the outside and added the wreaths on all of the windows and the door as well. Now we're popping upstairs to go ahead and configure all of the rooms. I wallpapered the upstairs area and added some red carpet because I thought it'd be a little bit different than all the white wood I had used before. And so this is sort of Santa's office space where he goes to check his lists and, you know, map out his route for the year. I don't know, it's just his little office space for whatever he wants to do. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. There's, you know, Santa's a little sitting space for Santa with a little ottoman. And then I wanted another little private seating area for Mr. and Mrs. Claus away from all of the windows. So we have that upstairs with the television so they can just have like a little bit of alone time. You know, just relax from the day with their dog bed or cat bed, whichever they want. And then of course, more garland throughout the entire hallway. And then I also wanted a little bit more in this, so I added like little paper streams as well as the garland, so it's a double decker in that room. And then a little bit more decoration in Santa Claus's office. So we add nutcrackers and a bunch more books and a quill for his naughty and nice list so he can go ahead and check all of the kids. Then of course you gotta smack another Christmas tree in the center of the upstairs sitting area because, you know, what else are you gonna put in there? I also put a calendar in Santa Claus's office so he can like mark down the days to Christmas. Sort of like in Nightmare Before Christmas, but you know, for Christmas, not Halloween. And then I really like using those like hanging paper decorations and then treating them like lamps and then just having a hidden light inside of the top. And then I thought it'd be cute if all the letters that the children wrote to Santa Claus, so I put them all around his office space instead of the garland. It's just like all the letters from the kids. Then I moved on to their bedroom. I wanted to do a little bit different, so I used green walls instead of red walls, but kept the red walls for their bathroom. But I thought it'd be a little bit different than all red walls. Then I was looking through the beds to see what looked the best in terms of Christmas colors, and this was the best one that I could find. And then obviously matching woods, we don't know her. So the side tables and the dresser are different woods than the bed, but I mean, they're close enough as to where I can say, I'll take it. I want to add a little bit more red with the rug in the bedroom. Then another like scaled down Christmas tree decoration that I filled with a bunch of plants that I just scaled down and messed around with in order to fit them in the pot to make it look like they weren't in something else. More nutcrackers, and then I put garland on their bed in the front and the back. I don't know why, I just really like the way these little flower things look on the walls. And then finally onto the bathroom. I have green counters for red and green for more Christmas because it literally is a Christmas explosion inside of the house. In the outside of the house, I didn't film myself building because I didn't want the video to be like 2 hours long because I went all out on it. I will, of course, walk through it and show you guys everything. Some of it was a headache to make and it took a bit of time. But yeah, I didn't know what much to do. It's a bathroom. There's not much you can do with it. I added some stars. This is what I have come up with for the Winter Wonderland festival grounds. To the left, we had all the vendor booths. I had to add them, it being a festival and being someone who participates vending at conventions and festivals. This is something I had to incorporate. And then across from it, we have all of the food booths and picnic tables. I have a skating rink on a platform surrounded by benches and shoe racks, so you can go ahead and put your shoes on when you change into skates. In the center, we have the DJ, and then on the back patio, we have pictures with Santa Claus. And then you can kind of see my idea of being able to look through the window and seeing like the picturesque inside. Reindeer on the roof because, you know, they want to hang out on the roof. I also made a merry-go-round, and instead of a regular roof, it is a snow globe. That's what took me probably the longest of this. And it's spinning like a merry-go-round, and then you walk through. It's sort of like a tunnel of lights to the big Christmas tree that everyone goes and take pictures with. There's a train that goes around the entire lot that you can ride on, look at everything, or kind of like get on and get off at whatever section you want to go to. Here's what it looks like at night with everything lit up. And the snow globe has lighting inside as well. Then we have the tunnel of lights at night. But yeah, there is my Winter Wonderland LilSimsie's December build. I had a lot of fun making the entire build, so with the challenge of the house and also making it a Christmas explosion and then creating the merry-go-round and tunnel of lights. I had a lot of fun with everything. It is available on the gallery if you want to check it out or play with it. Even have Mr. and Mrs. Claus live in it if that's something you want to do. My gallery ID will be down below. If you like the build, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and let me know what you think of the build down in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.